Hello there. Yeah, just checking the microphone, the sound, the video. Is everything okay? Hi there. Timecast Lab is here. Going to tell you a little bit more about the escape rooms, about this um, beautiful business, which brings a lot of joy to people. So yeah, guys, please give me some feedback. I can see the chat, so all of your messages, all of your questions further during the webinar, we can discuss here. So I made this webinar especially basically this theme came out of the questions from the previous webinar. So yeah, I want this to be a discussion. And first of all, let's check what about the sound, video, is everything is okay? Yeah, I see that you're saying mic is good. Great, thank you for feedback. So yeah, let me wait for, I don't know, 2 more minutes, maybe more people will come because we had so many registrations and I see that not so many people are in here yet, but I hope there will be more. Okay. While we are waiting, can you give me any first of all understanding where are you from? So share your location, like city, country, whatever. That's the first question. And the second question, what stage are you in? So are you already an escape room owner, or do you want to start one? So you're just looking at this business as a new possibility, or you own, I don't know, like trampoline park or whatever. So just give me some understanding because of course this webinar is more about for those who are just starting this business, but I will try to, if there will be more people with already existing escape rooms, we can switch to some more ideas because I have so many stories to tell you. So we can switch more about talking about how to operate escape rooms and so on. But I'm making a series of webinars, so we are trying to cover different themes. And yeah, so new, I want to start one from United States, from Colorado. Joanna and Chris, hello. Hello, Joanna. Already our existing partner. So we're building the escape room right now together. So yeah, I was telling you about the series of webinars. So first of all, I want to tell that this is not the first webinar, even though the theme like opening the escape room should be the first one, yes. But we started from other things, from for those who already own the escape room. And those escape rooms are very, very informative and useful. People really liked it. They were more into sales, into kind of operating the escape room. I will talk about that a little bit today, but if you missed it, just follow our YouTube channel and you can find it. It is open source. So, Oklahoma, pum pum pum. Okay, guys. So I see that yeah, we have mostly uh, from United States. Okay, okay. Should we wait a little bit more? Like it's already 5 minutes. Considering opening the escape room, interested in starting the escape room business from scratch, location very soon. Great. So we kind of have a audience here today exactly for what we are going to talk about starting the escape room. This is our theme today. It's hard to talk about this theme in general because there are so many aspects, so many things to talk about. And again, what I wanted to ask you is please ask your questions. I mean, that will give me more, first of all, understanding where to go, and I will try to answer it today. But if there will be, more questions about regarding some particular theme, then we can make a next webinar connected to that kind of a way. So, okay, let me start a little bit. I will make it this way, so I'm back with the mic. The last thing about the chat and asking questions, don't be too worried if I don't see your question right away. First of all, on YouTube, when you are making online streaming, there is some delay here. So like I see your chat approximately after like 15 or 20 seconds. So don't worry about that. That's the first thing. The second thing, maybe while I'm using the presentation and I'm giving you some thoughts and some idea, I'm trying to finish what I was going to tell you. Of course, I will read the questions either after I will finish some block, or at the end we will have, of course, some time for your questions and so on. But again, I'm asking you, I'm begging you to ask as many questions as you can, so that again we can make a discussion and I could help you more, and we can figure out what to tell you in the next webinars. So for those of you, last question for the beginning. Did you participated in the previous webinars? So do you know who am I? What is Time Quest Lab? What is going on about? Like, I see that you know what the escape rooms are, but are you new to these webinars? Have you participated in the previous ones? Give me just a number, if like 1 or 2 if you were on those 2 previous webinars, or 0 if you haven't and you don't know what to expect. And okay, let's have some discussion. You are fine with that. Just give me some number. Pum. Guys, I'm waiting you in the chat. New to the seminar, okay, that's fine. I hope you like it. Yes, I've seen other webinar. That's great. Then you can compare it. 0 so far. Okay, guys. So for those of you who don't know, basically who we are, what am I doing here? So we are the Time Quest Lab. We are the escape rooms service company provider. So we are supplying escape rooms, turnkey solution. We're making scenarios, decorations, and all of that kind of stuff. So we started in like 9 years. Yeah, like in 2 weeks, it will be 9 years that we are on the market. When we opened our first escape room, so actually we started a little bit earlier even. So we opened our first escape room. We did multiple escape rooms. I worked by myself as a game master, as a manager, as an owner of the escape room, you know, when everything is automated and you're just coming in taking cash out of the safe and that's it, what you're doing in a business. So we made a long path from building the escape room. Then right away we got a lot of calls from other people who wanted to start the escape rooms, to buy our scenarios, to buy our puzzle props, electronics, and so on. So we started another company which is called Time Quest Lab, and we are, as I said, escape room supplier. And since then we did more than, we stopped counting those things, because it's like more than 500 projects all around the world. So we have our escape rooms in Australia, in Europe, in United States, in Latin America, so everywhere, in Middle East. So we did a lot of. And in 2018, we also, I found another company which is called Another World VR, and we are making virtual reality parks, and also have a lot of locations in 30 countries under our franchise brand. And so why am I telling you all of this? Because we have a very big experience in the entertainment market. So we helped a lot of our partners to build escape rooms, to operate escape rooms, to operate entertainment parks, and so on. So we are collecting this experience from other people and sharing here today with you as it is. Trying to help you to improve your business, to improve the whole market, and so on. So I already mentioned that. So what can we offer as a company? We are doing design projects, equipment, puzzle props, construction, multimedia, scenario, everything connected to the escape room. So yeah, I'm sorry that I'm covering the parts of the picture. I will move myself like that from time to time. Don't worry if there will be something useful, but I'm not sure. But okay, this is just a link to one of our walkthroughs of our escape rooms. Okay, so this is the examples of our locations. You can see different themes. So we are kind of experts. We know how to do detective stories, mysteries, funny escape rooms, fairy tales, family friendly, and so on. So we are doing multiple things. Even like once we made the escape room from the real plane. So I bought 3 Boeings, already non-flying Boeings, and we made escape rooms from those. So we made 3 escape rooms. We are doing escape rooms in trailers. We are doing escape rooms as in part of the educational system. We are doing escape room cubes, table escape room, if you know what I mean, like big puzzle, which consists of like 10 to 15 puzzles for events and parties and so on. So we know what are we talking about. But okay, so if you are new to the webinar, I want to mention once again so that there were 2 webinars already, and if you missed it, don't stop this one right now. I'm asking you. But after that, you can follow our YouTube channel. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And you can find other webinars. And previously, we were discussing what is basically profitable business, how to earn money. Because business, yeah, even though we are making escape rooms, it is fun. It is making people having joy, whatever, right? So making people happy. Still, business is something that you are earning money, and we are here to discuss how to make it profitable, how to make the good investments, not just to waste money into do something that nobody will like, and so on. So it is all about business. We discussed sales funnel. So if you don't know what is that will be very useful for you. We discussed exact sales scripts, and these 2 webinars that we already did will be very useful for you after you open the escape room. So it is how to make sales, how to answer the phone, how to do all that stuff. So it's very important. Just follow those and you will get a lot of useful information. Today, what we are going to talk about, I marked like a few points, but as I said, if you ask me different questions, maybe we can follow the other way, and we'll see. But I want to talk about like main problems when you're starting the escape room. Previously in some of the webinars, I got the question about the franchise, and sometimes we're getting the question from our potential clients if they need to buy a franchise or not, how to decide on that. From that point, we will go to the how to find the right contractors, and we have different contractors regarding puzzles, regarding building, regarding design, and so on. So there are a lot of, and we'll talk about those. And there will be some life hacks during the webinar. Some of them I put on the slides, some of them I maybe will come out of my mind, but I will try to give those. So, first of all, 3 main problems that you think you are already. So there were few people in the chat who are starting the escape room business right now. So you might be getting the understanding what might be the problems. So what do you think? That's like I'm pretty serious and curious. What do you think is the main problems when you are starting the business? And I think maybe your question will be even more correct, because you are starting this business right now. So maybe you know better what is problem for you. I just combined what kind of questions that we have from our clients and try to put it as a 3 main problems. Maybe there are not the main problems, but okay. Finding a location in France, okay. Oh no, hello from France, welcome France. Okay, got it. Finding a location, yeah. Okay, Good one. Maybe other thoughts? What do you think? What might be also the problem? Or just the location? Everything else is you got it. No more, no more problems. So we all know how to make the perfect escape room. Finding the location. Okay, okay. Let's go on, guys. Pricing out the cost of the tickets. Okay, okay. We can answer that. I'm pretty sure that we can find an answer about the right cost of the tickets, how to get funded. That's a really good question. To be honest, I didn't cover that in this webinar right now, but I need to fill it up because that's a pretty common question. Might be. Yeah, I forgot about that. Choosing good themes. Okay. Choosing good themes. Also, I think we will talk about that today. Okay, guys. Thank you for your feedback. So basically, in my opinion, I think I got 2 from 3. Is 3 main problems is to find the right location. That is absolutely true. So it's the space. It is contractors, how to find the right guys to do the whole space for you, puzzle, props, and so on. So you got to this webinar. Maybe you know the right contractors for part of your things, but still there are a lot of stuff to be covered here. So yes, and one of the main problems is the clients. So basically, where to get clients. So those of you who basically like pricing and the cost of the ticket, how to make yourself known. This is all about clients. Yes, and I think this is basically the main question when you're starting any business, like not even like escape room. If you're doing whatever, like I mean, selling cups or opening the coffee shop or doing online whatever. The main question is how can I get the clients? Where will I get the clients? Okay. And even though it is in the last line, but let's start from the clients shortly. We will get back to that after. So those main questions that you need to answer at the very, very beginning is where will I get my clients? So which instruments should you use to get to your audience? So I didn't put the answer here because first of all, you need to know your clients. So who are my clients? And again, I have to not to repeat a lot, on each of our webinars, I have to reference to our previous webinar. And we talked a lot there about target audience, about avatar of the client, about their problems. So basically, just to make a long story short, you need to decide who are you working with. Like if you want to build escape room only for adults, like, I don't know, you're building only horror locations, right? So your target audience is from 25 to 35, these exact guys who are earning this exact amount of money. They are spending, like, they have this type of life. They are spending their time in the bar on the Friday night. They are blah, 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 blah. So you need to make an avatar of your client, or either you want to make a business, you are making a decision that you are going to the family friendly stuff. So you will be making escape rooms for kids and adults. So you are describing all of your client as it is, like all of his habits, like the portrait of your client. And you need to understand that at the very, very beginning. And from this avatar, you can answer the question also, where can you get the clients, right? For example, I mentioned that might be a stupid example, but Friday night bars. So maybe if you have these type of the clients, you need to cooperate and make some connections with those bars to get you clients, right? So, and also from the understanding this very, very specific point, you can get to the idea of why is your business special. So basically it is called USP, unique selling proposition. So why are you different from others? And from others, I mean not only the escape rooms. You need to understand that your competitors are also those trampoline parks, bowlings, bars on the Friday nights, and so on. So everything where people are spending time, everything where people are having fun. So basically, yeah. So, and you need to write down all those things, and this will lead you to a lot of answers. So, first of all, this will give you the understanding what is your basically business model, what are you going to do, and you have a lot more questions right after that. But to answer those, you need to start from this one. Okay. Pum pum pum. Word of mouth, social media, and Google. How to make yourself known. As soon as I stopped, we will talk about that maybe not in this webinar. I already again talked about different sources, but okay, I will try to cover that a little bit later about those. So space. You all mentioned that to finding the right location is the main pain. Okay. To find the right location, you need to understand what is your business model. Again, why is that? Because I could tell you, some advice here and give you the understanding what is the best location, but it's pretty different because what we saw, for example, as I mentioned, horror locations only for adults. There are no, and I saw different. So in this case, your location will look like one hall and a multiple escape rooms around it. So it is all covered in black. The reception area will be also black. It could be pretty tight, so not so much space because people are entering and the next second they got to the trap of the maniac or whatever. This could be a story of the of your location. Seriously, we have partners in France, by the way, and they have two buildings, and one building is with the common escape rooms and the other one is only the horror ones. And those with the horror, they don't have the reception area at all, like nothing. They have only door. People are knocking or ringing in the bell on the door opens, and the game master, covered with all these spooky hoodie or whatever, covered in black, just take the players like that and put them into the room. That's it. They don't have a reception area. They don't need this space because from the street, people are getting right into the horror escape room. That's it. So this kind of a you see space. But if you are looking forward to make more of the space for events, for birthday parties, which I really prefer and I really like this kind of a business model. So in this case, if you are looking forward to family friendly, especially kids themes, then you need to have a lounge or even I would say party room. So in this case, there will be a place where people can get there after a game. They can sit there, they can have a birthday party, cake, drinks, whatever. So in this case, you can offer them additional services. In this case, you can earn more money basically by renting. So they will rent this space from you for their event. And you can provide those services with cakes and so on if you want to. So maybe some entertainment, and so on. So this will be absolutely different. So you need to put in the design of your place the lounge room, the party room at the very beginning, and you don't need to forget about that. So basically one room will be not the escape room, but just a empty party room. I mean, not empty, but with the table, with maybe some little kitchen and so on, fridge and things like that. In this case, of course, you need to put the reception area there and so on. Always a big question about malls, to build the escape rooms in the malls or not. Basically, my opinion is that the escape rooms is not the thing that you are going to do in the mall, right? So it's not the thing that oh, I'm walking, I make some shopping, and wow, escape room, I will spend an hour there. No, in the mall, we would prefer more of the like 15-20 minute experience. Escape room is not something like that. So maybe if you want to open escape room cube, like which is I don't know, half an hour experience, it might work there. But to build the whole thing escape room, I would not prefer, even though we have partners with the escape rooms in the malls and they're doing really good. But mostly, if you're doing good at those digital marketing, which is Google, Instagram, Facebook targeting, and so on, if you're doing good social medias, it means that people will find you. So they will, like on a Friday night, what to do? Hey, I heard about really good escape rooms in our city. Let's go there. So, and it doesn't matter where you're located, in the mall or somewhere on the separate building. Again, I would prefer like plazas, because in this case, it is good that people could see you, even though if they didn't find you in internet. So they are going for other stuff, for shopping or for restaurants, and they could see you there. So that's a really good option. This is what we found with our partners in United States, especially. It works this way mostly. So again, it all starts from the business model, from the exactly like what kind of a location are you doing. Okay, spend a lot of time here. How big and how much investments do you really need? Yes, actually, you asked the question about how big the location could be for the escape room. In our opinion, you don't need to make the location which is like 600 square feet. So it's too much. In this case, you will need to spend a lot of additional money to make additional decorations, to put some additional furniture, to make it, feeling not empty, right? Because it will be just, it's hard to fill the big room. So in this case, what we are doing mostly, our rooms are mostly 350 square feet, or for France, it's like 35 square meters. And that's fine. I know that in United States, mostly people, they really like to go there with the big groups of people. Like in Europe, the standard is like 4 players per one room. In United States, the people really love to go there like with the big companies, like 8 people, 12 people. And at first, we were adapting our scenarios. We were making more puzzles, and we still do that. And we were expanding our rooms a little bit, but then after a while we found out that no, 400 square feet is a maximum. Don't waste your time, don't spend your money on additional rent. 400 square feet maximum for the escape room. You can, so in a building of 2000 square feet, you can build, I would say, at least four escape rooms, because don't forget about the reception area and so on. So approximately like that. Again, back to how to find the right space. You need to understand how much money do you have, about what kind of investments are you ready for. Don't start with the one escape room. This doesn't work right now. Doesn't work never previously. From one escape room, maybe you could get, like to zero. Everything that you are getting from the revenue, you will be spending on the costs. The thing is that every time we're talking about business, we're talking about LTV, lifetime value of the product, not the product, of the client. So, and if you got the client already, so you paid to Google AdWords to get the client, and he got to your location, it means that he's already yours. You need just next time you need to just to call him or email him, and he will get back. But if you have only one escape room, you don't have any options to get this guy back. So starting from 2 escape rooms at least. Mostly our partners, they're starting from 2, 3, and they're adding more. So I saw right now it's okay to have a location with 8 escape rooms, but don't start with 8. I think 3 is a golden middle, so it's enough to pick different themes for different target audiences, like one horror, one family friendly, one classic mystery, or yeah, some kind of a detective story, and this will cover everybody. And the thing is that even those guys who love horrors, they can go to Alice in Wonderland because it's so cute. So just believe me. Yeah, so 2 minimum, 3 golden middle to start this business. So, and this is how to pick the right space, at least. But the good option is to have the possibility to expand further, because most of our partners, after they build 2 free escape rooms, they expand it. And if you have the possibility to expand at one location, it is really good, because in this case you can reduce the costs. You can have one reception area, you can have one game master room, you can have one hall, which is also a good option, because spending the space to just nothing is a good option, bad option, sorry. So in this case, don't forget about that. Yeah, and the next thing about the space, why is it a problem always, and what you should remember when you are looking forward to find the right space. You need to see how good is the landlord. I think those of you who already started doing that, you see how different people are. So some of them are excited, some of them don't care about your problems, and so on and so on. So there are some good landlords who are giving you some advantages at their place, and even, by the way, some malls, they are interested in you coming in there, because as a new entertainment, you can get the clients into their location. So that's, by the way, a good instrument to use in the discussion, into the negotiation with those. Also, don't forget that when you are using malls or some other specific places, there might be some additional permits that you need to get. There might be some additional insurance that you need to get to start this kind of a business. I cannot tell you exactly right now the solution, because even in the United States, the states are different. You have different permits, and it really depends on the exact city, exact building, and so on. But just look at those things and compare those buildings. Just right now, the thing that I can really recommend you or give a help with, if you can send me your floor plans, we can give you recommendations about the escape rooms or whatever. And responsibility. This is also really important, about if you are changing the decorations, who is responsible for the future of these rooms? If you are changing the ventilation in the space, in the location, who is responsible for that? Who is responsible to make a new bathroom in the space? That is always all the things that you need to discuss with the landlord at the very beginning. And remember, I said that, I thought that I put the life hacks here, but there will be later. But okay, what I was going to say. Yeah, about the landlords. Some of the landlords are good ones. I mean, you can talk with them, and they can give you a free rent, like 1 or 2 or I don't know, 4 months, while you are starting a business, while you are doing the whole repairments in the rooms. Or you are telling the landlord that you will make a new bathroom, you will make a new ventilation, you will make a new, I don't know, the place is totally destroyed, and you will make a new walls or something like that. And some of the landlords, they are okay to cover part of the rent, like 1 or 2 months, because you are doing all of that. So it really depends. It is the instruments for negotiation. Don't forget about that. Don't sign any lease contract that you get from those guys. Just, yes, I know it is tough, as we see that most of you put that as a main problem, and that is true. But don't be afraid of that. You just need to try different spaces. You need to get all those floor plans. You need to get those terms. You need to negotiate with those, and just pick the right spot. And like, if you got refused from the one location, okay, doesn't matter. You have 4 or 5 more options. Just you need to spend some time at the very beginning to do that. it will help you a lot, and it will affect on your business model a lot in the future. Okay, that's enough for the space. If you have any questions regarding that, ask. We will talk about that later. We are coming to the next question about to franchise or not to franchise, right? Again, I will make a little break for a few seconds. Put some information in the chat. Those of you who are looking into, like, thinking about starting a franchise, to buying a franchise, and actually, why are you doing that? I mean, like, do you know, maybe you don't know how to make a website or how to make your own brand or whatever. I don't know. Why do you think the franchise is good? If you want to start with the franchise, if you think that it is a good option, because some people are. Moreover, I could tell you that when we were opening our first escape room, it was under franchise, and I will tell you why, actually. That's a life hack and a secret. I looked into franchise and it didn't give you any space, artistic freedom. Yes, that's kind of a disadvantage, that under franchise you have to follow all the rules. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes franchise, they have those guides, they have like everything written and you have to follow it. But yeah, that's true that you don't have any without their permission, you don't have any choice. They also charge about 6 to 8% of franchise fees. This is called royalty. That's true. And that's the disadvantage. But okay, it's probably easier to franchise to get started. Absolutely true. And we will talk about that a little bit later, how to find the right way. So, as I told you, we picked a franchise at the very, very beginning. Lastly, you need a ton of capital, like 250K, which we didn't have. Okay. Yeah, sometimes those franchise, they are asking. Okay, no, I like franchise. Like, my second business is working under franchise. So we are doing this kind of stuff. But I have to tell you the truth. So why did we start our first business as a franchise? When we I will tell you the story and you understand the parts of the questions, the answers and the questions from this slide. So when we started, the escape rooms only, like as a thing, escape rooms only appeared in the world, right? And in our city, there were only two locations, two escape rooms in each, so 4 escape rooms, and that's it. And one of the locations, we went there. We really liked it, even though that was very, very simple code locks, keys, and so on. But it was new to the market. It was a very, very simple escape room. But the thing is that we liked it. We liked the idea. We liked how it was organized. And the thing is that even though that it was only starting, so it was like 2 months opened, we saw that there were already many clients there. And it was only starting, and we understood that we can buy this franchise, we can get a partner, because it was actually my first business, so we didn't know a lot about business. So we thought that, okay, they will give us some understanding of how to run the business, how to run finances, how to run some checklists or whatever. But also the main thing was, we thought that they already had the clients. We will build another escape rooms, and all of those clients who like their escape rooms, we will take this base of the clients, we will call them, or we will, on our website, we will show that, hey, new escape rooms open, new themes, come and get it. And we will get those clients. It was really it was what we were thinking, but it was completely true. And the thing is that after we opened, we got everybody from those locations to ours, and we got so successful so that, like, everything that we invested into building first and the second escape room, we got all the money back in 2 months. So basically we were fully booked because we were new on the market. We already had a client base because of this franchise. We already, so we just got into the thing is that we invested all of that money into our third escape room, and then we invested all that money into opening the Time Quest lab to supply the escape rooms and so on. So we were always investing all that. So, but still, that was a really good idea and that worked. So, but the thing is, as you mentioned right now, yes, some of those franchise nets, they are, so first of all, you need to look, if you're looking for the franchise, do they have already allocations in your city? If not, if there are no escape rooms of this exact franchise in your city, then you don't have their clients. Because why, if you are in Los Angeles, why do you need the client base from New York, right? It doesn't work this way. This is why it is very important to think it this way about digital marketing. Also, when you're using, I don't know, if you want to buy the ad from the very popular YouTube blogger or whatever, it's a good thing, but just remember that he has the audience from all around the country or all around the world. So you will not get all those clients if you are a local business. This works for us. This is very important. If this franchise has locations in your city, then you might consider on buying it. Then again, franchise give you some instruments like checklists, scripts. They are answering your questions. They are giving you the website, brand design, marketing materials. So you can use all that ready and so on. But in this case, you just need to count. You need to explore the market of your city. If you really are into that, I have to tell you about that, even though you can ask those questions. So if you want, you can call them and ask these questions. Even though if you don't wanna buy a franchise, I think that's a really good option to do, because from this you can get a lot of useful information regarding this business. So basically you can call them and get the info. So you can ask them, if I want to start the escape room, what should I do? What shall I start from? What will be my income? They maybe even, so if you, by the way, if you're looking to get funded, so you need a business plan for banks in most of the cases. Basically call any franchise and ask them, hey guys, I'm looking forward to buy your franchise. Can you share your business plan? I need it. And use it for funding in the bank. A good instrument, right? So of course you have to ask how much do they earn. You need to ask them what are they providing in the franchise, what will be in the package, what kind of support they provide after you open, because yes, they will provide all those instruments, but what will be after you open the escape room? Will this, I don't know, website, okay, website is always useful, but all other support, how does it work, and do you really need it in the future? Okay, of course, ask for some contacts, so they are existing partners, so they can share, and you can call them also and ask for some feedback. And maybe if you're really looking forward to buy a franchise, you can ask about what will be if I want to terminate the contract. Not during the first conversation, but still this is a really good option, because who knows what happens. And as we already discussed, those franchise companies, they are always very strict about limiting you with everything. So in this case, you need to know what will be like if I want to continue business without them. Are there any options of doing that? Or if I'm closing the contract, all of my escape rooms belongs to them. It might be so. So don't forget about that. Okay. Call their clients, ask them about if they're satisfied with this franchise, how do they work, what do they got from the franchise, compare the answers from the franchisee, from the franchisor, and so on. Ask about advantages, disadvantages, ask about the income, compare it with the business model, and so on. So this is what you can do, even like if you're not buying a franchise, just to get some information, right? And then you can do the table and put all of the information that you collected into this table. And from that, you can decide either do you need a franchise or not. Because, of course, there will be some pros, cons. You will put in this table what do they provide in the package, like scenario. Maybe they do provide like guys who are building electronics, installation. Maybe there are some franchises who are doing that, or actually not so many. Okay, if they are providing you some customers, if they are helping you with the marketing or not, and how much does it cost? Because if it costs $200,000 and they give you only the scenario and the website, believe me, it doesn't cost it anyway. Even though even if the franchise cost is $10,000, it doesn't cost the website and the scenario. Because why? Because there is always an option to do some stuff without a franchise. In the escape room, it is a good option. Again, I have two different businesses, escape rooms and virtual reality parks, and we are doing this one without a franchise, the second one with the franchise, and I know all the advantages and disadvantages, and here I'm just recommending you to pick the right spot, because there is always pros, cons, and you need to very precisely, investigate all of the aspects, because franchise might be useful. It's a good instrument, but you need to understand what you are exactly buying in this package, because you will be paying royalty, and this is a big amount from your revenue. And if you understand why is that, then it's a good option. But again, back to the escape rooms, there are some options of doing all this stuff even without a franchise. So with some good contractors. So the next question, so we talked about the franchise or not the franchise, how to choose a right contractor, right? Why do we need those contractors? Because we want to build high quality escape room business. So what we need to think about the idea, all those questions about the business models, about the themes, about your basically unique selling proposition and so on. The scenario, electronics, props, building, installation, decoration, website, promotion, marketing, all of that is covered by the contractors. You can do it all on your own, but believe me, it will take all of your time, and it's hard to make business when you're doing everything on your own. It's not a business, it's self-employing, and sometimes it's not leading you to a good final result. Okay, so let's go through all of those. Scenario. I'm not sure right now, but previously I remember a lot of people who were trying to write the scenario on their own. Yes, it might be possible, but it's just a waste of time. Like if you already got to one escape room and you think that you are an expert, okay, maybe you're an expert. Let me talk about not about you, about professional scenario writer, right? So the second line. So professional scenario writer, who it might be you, but the thing is that if I'm writing a scenario, I'm just writing a scenario. So in this case, I don't need to make this scenario, and actually I don't care how will you implement all of my ideas. I can write in a scenario that there will be a UFO flying in the middle of the room, and then it blows, or I don't know, there is something else happened, the floor is shaking and the whole room got splashed, whatever, and the waterfall opens on the other side of the room. Cool. A lot of wow effects, a lot of beautiful ideas, but the thing is that this scenario writer doesn't care how will you realize all those things in the exact room, and that's the bad thing. So this is why you don't need to write scenario on your own or buy just a scenario for somebody. That's the first thing. So the second thing, if you're buying a franchise package, it might be scenario included in there. Yes, it might be a good option because it could be a proven scenario. I mean, it's already built in some places, but it might be outdated. And those franchise companies if they don't have their own employees who are building escape rooms, they are not updating it. So it will be it might be a scenario from 5 years old. Okay, it's not a good thing. So universal contractors might be a good option, because in this case, again, it really depends on what kind of a contractor, but you can buy not only the scenario, but you can buy the full package with the package. You can adapt the scenario, so for the same price you can make some corrections in there. And in this case, this is a good option. This is what I truly believe, because in our to be honest, I'm completely honest with you, we have some scenarios that we invented like 8 years ago, right? Or maybe nine years ago, our first scenarios. But the thing is that in some of those rooms we are still building, but the scenario is like it's only the name of the escape room stays the same. Of course, the whole scenario, the whole line of puzzles, ideas have been changed. So adapted, added with the new puzzles and so on. So yes. Go into the next step, electronics, which is very important. Yes, I told you about those crazy ideas. It might be not so easy to make all of those, but still, don't start the escape room. Don't think that people will love those code locks, keys, and locks nowadays. No. This is actually the problem why in some countries escape rooms have been dead, actually. That's true, because there were a lot of people who started doing escape rooms like, hey, it's very easy to start an escape room. I will rent a shitty place and I will do all these code locks everywhere, and people will stuck there for 2 hours trying to guess the right code, and this will be the best scenario. No, people don't like it. And then if people don't like one escape room, they will not go to another one, which might be good. And this is why I saw some cities, some countries that were booming with the escape rooms and then going dead because of too many escape rooms of the bad quality, and it ended up not well. So you need to add some wow effects. You need to add the electronics. You need to add some cool features into the escape room. Again, non-professionals. We've been for that. So I started a company which is supplying the escape rooms. So we were hiring different people. We were doing on our own. Oof. Don't work with those guys, especially... there are different types of guys. One type of guys might be, who are non-professionals in terms of they just don't know how to do it good, right? They don't know how to make good electronics. I mean, they might do it good in terms of it might be working, but it won't be professional. Like everybody's asking, oh, Arduino, I can make it my own system on Arduino. Okay, guys, Arduino is a testing platform. It's for, I don't know, teaching your kids to programming. It's just, to have some fun on the table and play with the software, play with some mechanics and so on. But to start in a business based on this kind of a testing platform on a toy is not a good option. So you need reliable, you need something that will be stable. So in this case, you need to hire somebody who knows what is he doing. The other thing is that there are a lot of talented people who are working in their own garage and making beautiful puzzles. Just believe me, beautiful puzzles, great ideas. There are so many artists who are doing just crazy things in their own facility, in their own garage. The thing is that a lot of those people, they don't care about deadlines. So they are, as I said, artists. So they feel it this way, and they could give you the ideas like, hey, I will make these 5 great puzzles for you. You will be excited. But the thing is that yes, this guy will make these 5 puzzles for you, but next year. And you need to start your business right now. Again, business is all about money. Time is money. So in this case, by non-professionals, I call those guys who are not into this field exactly 100%, not as their living business or whatever. Ready-made props. Good option, but I don't like this thing in terms of it's not connected to the scenario. So you, first of all, you don't know how to connect all those props together, so you're getting lack of wow effects, because this will be this puzzle separately from this one from this one, and just believe me, people see that like it is seen in the room when you're entering, and puzzles are like, okay, this one from from Alice in Wonderland, this one is from Detective Mystery, and this one from whatever, I don't know, Psycho Hospital. So it's just hard to make a good scenarios when you're getting puzzles like that from different corners of the room. So that's why ready-made props, you can try, but not a best option. So again, universal contractors, of course, it's a good option because they will adapt you the scenario, they will make the full line of puzzles, and they will be all the puzzles will be connected together, and you can add additional features in there. Like, I think, I put some ideas in here. So why you shouldn't install electronics by yourself, because you need to will you be recording live so that we can watch it later? Missed first 45 minutes. Yes, guys, this webinar will be recorded, and maybe I will share the link with you. I'm not sure. But if you tell me the right words, if we discuss that, we will share the link. By the way, I'm not sure if it's open source or if it's only the link source. I need to check that, and I will ask for something. Those of you who are asking for the recording. But okay, no, of course, we can share the link. Back to the electronics. Why shouldn't you install by yourself? We did it. Again, I spend a lot of time giving you the information about the professional and non-professional guys who are doing that. Following things. Yes, what I already talked about. Let me close me like that. So escape rooms, they are not only it's not only props and puzzles. So if you are buying those props like separately, you cannot connect it in most of the cases. But if you are hiring a team who can do that, then take into account that you can add additional features like audio, like lights, wow effects. So after you solved one puzzle, the light is flashing, music changes, something happens, door opens, or somebody's knocking, or whatever. So you can add some additional features when you are doing it all combined in one system. And this is why it is a cool thing. And I don't know why I put it here, but okay, don't forget about CCTV system, which is also, it's different, it's separate from the whole electronics parts, but okay, just don't forget about that. It is also important. By the way, it might be connected to the whole system of the puzzles, but not necessary. Okay. Setup from the manufacturer saves you money, because again, if you're buying a separate prop, you will get it, and in most of the cases it is easy, so you just need to plug it in the socket and that's it. But again, it depends, because if you need to connect it with the magnet locks, there might be a problem, because you need to do it all on your own. If you're buying it from the manufacturer, from supplier of the whole escape room, you will get the schemes, you will get the support, and so on. And one more important thing, don't forget that it is better to have a guy at your location who will be your master of electronics. I mean, it's escape room. People are going crazy in there. So they might break something, they might cut the wires, they might do whatever. People are going crazy in the escape rooms. So just believe me, and it is better to have some guy who will be your support guy, not on a daily basis at least, who can come when you call him and like, hey, I have a problem with a puzzle. So in this case, it's better to have this guy during the installation so that he could install everything with the help, with the support of the manufacturer, and then this guy will be responsible if something happens, and he will be the contacting again the support and so on. Again, if you are doing the whole electronics in one system, then you can, and if you have a software for that, you can change the music after some time, you can change some props order, you can add something, you can remove something, you can control the puzzles, you can change the RFID tags if you know what it is. It is something that could be in your, like, if there is a statue in the room that you are putting on the right place on the table, door opens, right? But players broke this statue or whatever, or got it home, right? So you need to replace it. How to replace? But it was a sensor right there, right? So in this case, you have to replace it, and it could be done in the software, not buying the whole new prop or whatever. So you need to, you can change the time latency. What is that? I remember once our partner, we had a game. And there was a wow effect, like the rain, like the storm starts after. So you open the door, people are entering the room, the light flashes, the music starts, some puzzles are activated, some other lights are turned on. And I remember how we spent like few hours with our partner adjusting milliseconds when the light flashes, when the music starts, and so on, so that the effect could be like 100%, that the storm starts at the same second and the players are entering the room, and so on. So and so on. Did we already go over how much it costs to have a general contractor to build out? Actually not. That's a good question. Let me answer part of those questions later a little bit. And I see that this is a mistake. I just forgot that I was going to give you, I wanted to discuss two tables, but I thought it could be too much into this webinar, like the calendar plan and the financial plan. So I think next time we can talk about those two tables, and that will be enough. Okay, let's continue. We finished. About the approximate costs, I can talk a little bit later. Let me finish with those contractor things. About the contractors. So we finished with the electronics. Let me close my face from here. So there is also props and decorations. So you can see there are some props from our escape room, which is called School of Wizards. So the book, the pages are turns by itself, which is pretty cool, cool puzzle, magical, wow. So we have a few magical puzzles in this room. It's pretty cool. So again, how to choose a contractor here, just don't forget that you need to add this thing. But when you see beautiful puzzle, don't forget that, again, it's an escape room and people are playing there on a daily basis. You will have 10, 15 companies a day, which is like hundreds of people, thousands of people a month, a year, whatever. And they all will be trying to break your stuff, your escape room. Just believe me, it always goes this way. All of your props will be broken. All of your electronics will be broken. I'm not trying to cancel you from starting the escape room. No, it's just you need to be ready for that. And believe me, it's not a problem. It's okay. It happens. But the thing is that you can minimize all those things by thinking about how to make this right. So it's just, you see that this book that I mentioned here, it's covered by a glass on purpose. So it's not a random thing, because so that the people cannot touch it, so that the book works by itself, and the pages going right to the left and so on, but people could not get there and break the puzzle. So again, if you're looking into the puzzles, ask the manufacturer, what if the puzzle is broken? How do you work with the puzzles? Because sometimes the, I don't know, simple puzzle looks better because it's hard to break. But again, yeah, we need to pick between how cool the decor is and how unbreakable it is. Okay, by building. Building is hard for me again to talk specifically, but the thing, we saw so many guys. We've been to the installations in United States, in very different states, from Las Vegas to North Carolina to New York. We saw contractors who were building in Europe, in France, in Spain, in where have been, like, a lot. And those guys, they have a lot in common. Some guys are really good, some guys are having a lot in common. Like, first of all, how to find the right guys. Use your connections, ask for the feedback. Just ask for the proven contractors who can build something for you. Make a design project. This is really important. Make the full, like, how the walls should be with all the sizes, very precise, because this is how the whole thing works. Just believe me, guys who are making the decoration and repairman in the building with the design project and without it, is just, without a design project you will waste twice or 3 times more money and 5 times more time. just believe me, it works this way. It is very important, doc, and this is a scheme of how basically how those guys need to work. Sign the contract with them. So yeah, I know that sometimes, again, people are hiring guys from garage who are coming, working for 2 hours and going back home. No, if you want to build an escape room and you want to build it fast and to start a business, you need to hire serious guys and control them every day. So visit your building every day and check how it's all going. So the life hack here is to make the design project. So you see, it's very important. Make a calendar plan and a financial plan and follow it. Again, I forgot to put the picture in here, but we'll talk about maybe next time. So calendar plan is basically, this diagram when you are putting all of your to-do things into one list, and you are on the other in the columns you put just like dates or weeks maybe, but it's better to be days. And when you are just covering like what goes after that, which, and so on, because basically you cannot paint the walls before you build the walls, right? But if you do this on the list, if you put that onto the exact dates, you can follow the process and you can see if you are into the deadlines or if you're going out of the deadlines, and you can control the process. If you're doing it just without those tables, without any instruments, without any instructions for your builders, then it's a failure. Just believe me, this is how we work. This is how we work on our workshop. We are manufacturing stuff. We are using, there are many books written about that. We read a lot, and there are a lot of, so this is the most useful instruments when you are building something that you need to do something. When you're making a financial plan, don't forget about extra costs. Like, put at least 5%, but it's better to put 10% extra, just, extra line, that it will be something that you forgot. Sometimes it might be even bigger. One of our partners recently, they are opening the entertainment center in the mall, and they didn't know the requirements of the mall regarding the ventilation. There were some ventilation, but they had to redo it completely, and that costs a lot. So, and it was not even 10%, and they didn't know that at the beginning. So, bad financial plan. By the way, the ventilation, you see that I put the ventilation as an additional thing, because sometimes people are They forgot about that, but that's very important, especially again then people are playing, they're on the emotions, they're pretty fast, they're doing a lot of stuff, breaking stuff, they're sweating. You need to have some good air in the location, because people are closed there for an hour, and they are really tough trying to solve all your puzzles, so don't forget about that. Infrastructure, again, don't forget about the whole thing in the building, in your location, about game master room, about lounge room, party room, reception area, and so on. Include that into your design project when you are building location. I've talked about that already. When you are into the building, talk with the landlord about rent-free period, about to put some works that you are doing into the counting as a rent. Sometimes it works. Just believe me, we did it multiple times. It depends on the landlord, of course. And the last contractors, about the website, I put it here, but I see that we're already more than an hour here. So maybe we covered part of that in the previous webinars, but I haven't done the webinar about totally like marketing yet, and I think it will be in the future. So after we finish it with the opening of the escape room, we will get to the marketing, because this is the how answering the to the main question: how do we get the clients, right? So we will talk about that, but basically how to choose contractors. Better to choose the contractors, in my opinion, who knows the numbers. So even though marketing, like ads, like this thing which is like creative field and so on, if your marketing manager doesn't know how to count the numbers, how to count the conversions, how to count the price of the lead, price of the client, that's a bad marketing manager. You need to hire a professional who will do the whole website, CRM system, marketing for you, and will give you the report monthly or weekly about how much money did you spend on the marketing, how many clients did you get from that, and so on. So life hacks here, just not to forget, because we are opening the escape rooms. Start free advertising a month before the opening of your escape room. So free advertising is, I'm talking about that on every escape room, on every webinar, sorry. The best thing that you could do, like right now, is to start your story. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, maybe, I don't know. Start telling people that, hey, I'm starting a business and I found these 5 different locations and I'm picking right now which one will be the best for my escape rooms. Hey, by the way, if you want to try our escape rooms, leave the comment below, blah, blah, blah. Give me your email and we will mail you back when we are open. So you can get the clients even before you open. Then tell them the story that this landlord is the best guy in the city because he gave you the good options, even though the location is in a very poor conditions. That's why nobody wanted to rent it, but we are, and we are starting our repairments, decor and whatever. So yeah, just tell people your success story, your failure story. This is something that works and give you the free advertising. Moreover, test groups, project story. We will talk about test groups in the marketing webinar. Okay. Put the budget for the marketing into the financial plan, at least 10% of the investments into the marketing to get your first clients. So to start up. And again, come up with the unique selling proposition. Find what will be your product. About the product, we were talking at the first webinar, I think, about valuable product that you will be giving to your clients. Just follow the link and see our first webinar. This, I think, all... Yeah, this is about marketing. We got to the... I will skip these. Sorry, guys. We will talk about that in the marketing webinar because I see that I have a lot of things to tell you there. and we already, as I said, more than an hour, and it will just take. I'm sorry that maybe. Are you still here? Yes, you are. So, by the way, tell me some, I don't know, feedback. How do you like it? Is it useful for you as you are opening the escape rooms and so on? While you are texting something in the chat, I hope some good reviews or, okay, bad reviews are also appreciated. I need some feedback. The conclusion about how to choose the right contractors. Doesn't matter if those contractors are making the decor for you, electronics, or repairments, building, constructing, or marketing. Ask those, first of all, who already built the escape room. So if they have the experience in that, because they know the specific of this business. Pay attention to their work experience. Again, guys from the garage could be really good, and their props could look really cool, and they could be genius. But those genius, I don't want to, offense any people, but you need to hire people who are meeting deadlines, who are doing like that on a daily basis. They have deadlines, calendar, plans, and so on, and they follow it. So in this case, when you're hiring contractors who will be doing the whole building for you, include some sanctions if they are violating those deadlines. Yes, it is needed. So, if they violated the terms of the agreement, of the deadline or whatever, yes, you can give them the second chance, but it's better to start finding looking at new contractors. Because if people are promising you, again, I saw that so many times when we were coming to the installation of our electronics, our props to the client's space. And, for us to install the space should be ready. Like all the walls should be ready, all the wallpapers, painting should be done, right? Because we need to mount the puzzles to the walls, put the wires in there, and so on. But we are coming, and guys didn't do anything. We're like, okay, we will come back in a week. We're coming back in a week. Nothing changes because those guys just left, and they are busy on the other object or project or whatever. So that's kind of you might give the second chance, but don't give too many second chances, right? So I think that's it for today. Yes, I missed some stuff about the marketing, pre-opening marketing, about post-opening marketing, but as I promised you, I will make an additional webinar for that. So right now you can ask any of your questions, but before that, the last thing, again, I want to remind you that we are the escape room makers. So we are doing those scenarios, puzzle, props, and you can see that only 3 examples of our scenarios. So we have many more. So this is the horror maniacs layer. So we have very cool horrors with the mechanics, with the ghosts, with a lot of stuff. We have a school of wizards, which is, I show you some puzzles in there. From that, it's very magical and so on. We have steampunk, we have detective stories, mysteries, and so on. So if you're interested and need some help in that, again, more examples of our devices you can see on our YouTube channel, but only next, let me say 2 weeks, till the end of September. So yeah, today is 14th of September. So if you are using promo code escape time as a time quest lab, you can get a discount on getting our School of Wizards escape room, 5% on that room. And so if you're looking forward to open this kind of escape room, you can get a big discount from us on purchasing this one, and we will. You got it. We will give you this room. By the way, if you're looking for a location right now, no, I will leave. Yeah, it's my webinar, right? I can leave this slide for now. What I was going to tell you is that if you're looking to open the escape room right now, if you're looking for the space, We, for example, how we work, we don't have escape rooms on the shelf, right? As I mentioned, we are working individually with our partners, and so there might be some updates and adaptation of the scenario, puzzles, and so on. So basically, we start doing escape room only after we sign a contract. So we sign the contract and we need to produce the whole stuff. Of course, scenario is ready, but we need to do all the props, puzzles, we need to ship it to your place, so it takes time. But the thing is that if you're looking the place right now, so looking for the space, by the time when you get the space, by the time when you find the right contractors and start building the whole space. By the way, we will provide you the design project for the space, and you will use it for building. So we will get the package of the escape room to you by the time when you need to use it, to install it, and so on. So yeah, if you're looking forward to start one, you know who to call. I think there will be some contacts. Yeah, there are no contacts actually in here. Just give me a second. Why is that? How should I do that? Anyway, you can use info at timequestlab.com, and this is our email, and you can leave a request on the escape room. Okay, about the escape room, maybe School of Wizards with a discount, or maybe maybe you like horrors, maybe you like the idea that I gave you about these guys that we have, our partners, with the location of only horrors. Okay, let me read some questions. I'm that player. I've accidentally broken things. Believe me, I did that too. I'm trying not to, so I'm trying to control. But I think at the very beginning, I was trying always to be accurate at the escape rooms, but still, sometimes you can break some stuff, especially when you're stuck on some puzzle and you don't know how to solve it, and you just, maybe I'm not opening that too easily. Okay, maybe what would give people a better understanding of the entire cost of the beginning construction? Yeah, again, all costs. Approximately, you see, it's very different. It depends on the room, it depends on the idea. There are some rooms with I'm talking about our packages. For example, we have packages. If we're talking only about the package of puzzle and props, we have packages from $15,000 to, I would say, $40,000, and that's only the package of puzzle, props, scenario, multimedia, like everything that I mentioned. And it really depends on the theme. It depends on how big is it, because sometimes we are shipping like 300 kilograms. Sometimes it could be 1,000 kilograms, right? So it really depends. But let me say, in average, the cost of the package is $25,000, our standard package for the puzzles for the escape room. But also what you need to add to that is the building thing. So building the contractors, and this one also, I could tell you the numbers, but it really depends if you are hiring, I don't know, the most expensive but the most professional team in your city, and you are from California, and it will cost you like, I don't know, $50,000, right? Or you can hire a lower, I think the most expensive guys will cost way much more, but never mind. Or you can hire guys for $20,000, and they will build you all the walls, they will make all the painting, wallpapers, and so on. So in common, I think the range could be from 10 to, I would say, like $40,000. Don't take too much. Sometimes people are doing the parts of the works themselves. Might be, if you're into that kind of a guy, okay, we will try to help you as much as we can. We know that kind of a guys, and we will help you. So summarizing all those stuff, escape room could start from, I would say, investments into one escape room would start from $40,000 to I think the normal price is like 60, the average 50, 60. But I know escape rooms who invested like up to $80,000, $100,000. But for the very beginning, especially, we can if you have this question, and we can help you and investigate the market, right? Because if you are in a small town somewhere and you don't have escape rooms, we can build. You see, my company, for example, we are not going to waste all of your budget. We are not like that. We want you to build successful business, because if you build a successful business, you will hire us for the second escape room, third one, you will expand for the second location, maybe other city, and so on. So in this case, we are trying to find the best solution. And of course, if you're in a small city, in a like we will not ask you like for our the most expensive package and to spend the $100,000 for the escape room. No, absolutely not. The thing is that, but if you're, I don't know, in Orlando, near to the Walt Disney Park and so on, I don't know, in Disney Springs, and you need to do something really wow like that, of course you need to invest way much more. So it really depends, but in average, I would say 50, 60 grand is okay to do a really good high quality escape room. It depends. Plus minus really depends on the state, depends on the location, depends on what is already done, depends on how many escape rooms you are doing. Because if you're building one and you're hiring contractors, you're hiring for one. If you're building free, you will spare the costs on free escape rooms, for example, right? And so on. So, but approximately like that. Still, I got your question, and we will talk about more numbers in the next webinar. We'll talk about the business model, right? And can talk about that. How do we get in contact with supplier who build a turnkey operation? So you can write us an email, or you can write your email here, and we will contact you. Or at least, I think you were registered for this webinar, so we should have your email, I suppose. You're being very helpful. Wow, thanks you guys. Thank you so much. Understanding how to start up. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for such a good feedback. Very professional and fun rooms. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Cool. Lionheart, are you... is this Joanna, or maybe I'm mistaken? So I'm just curious if you're giving us a feedback. We already bought 2 rooms of TimeQuest Lag. We're really happy about us. Thank you so much. Thank you for feedback. Do you guys sell escape boxes too? We are working on that right now. Just right now, we are developing few themes of the escape room boxes. Again, what is the escape box? Is something that you put on the table, like big size, like that, and it consists of few puzzles, but not for maybe 1 hour. It depends, maybe 30-40 minutes, but it is cool for events, for parties, for you can put that into your lounge room at your escape rooms. And we are developing this right now, so if you're interested, contact us, and we will give you a discount, because we are developing, investing our own money into make those features right now. So, and we can do that for you for sure. We have some cool ideas in there. Contact us. We are excited about that. We want to make this product. What would you say is the initial investments to open 4 escape room business? The entire costs of everything from beginning to end. Good range. Yeah, I would say that that's a good range for that. And I think, again, it really depends on the project, because it is possible to make it under 200. It is possible to make it for 400. Because it depends on which themes we are taking, depends what idea and so on. But yes, it is absolutely possible. And if you're ready for that range, if you're ready to build 4 escape rooms at once, just believe me, you can hire anybody else, but we can pick you the right themes, and we can do a really good project for you. So that's I'm pretty sure it will be successful with the yeah. If you are looking, so you I like then, why am I saying that? Because I like then people are looking at the things with like open mind and like adequate. I mean, I don't know how to say it right. Because when people are calling us and asking, I have $5,000, can I start the escape room? Yes, if this escape room will be in your garage and you will build everything on your own and you can spend $5,000 on marketing. Maybe it will bring you one client because nobody will come to your garage. That's might be too straightforward, but I hope you got my idea, right? So no, you have to have some investments into contractors, into again marketing. I'm not asking to pay all money to contractors or puzzle makers or landlord, right? You need to make the financial model. But again, if you understand those numbers and if you're ready to invest it as a business, because escape rooms is a business, it's a really cool and fun, enjoyable business, then if you make all those calendar plans, financial plans, and follow all the deadlines, rules, and everything, and make a good product, then it will be successful and you can expand further after. Okay, we are. What's the cost of the wizard room? Oh, really? I don't remember exactly. I think it's something around no, a little bit less than $30,000 for the whole package. But there are a lot of really cool puzzles with a lot of magic, yeah, I think 28 maybe $1,000, something around that. But leave a request, please, and we will give you the estimate. And don't forget about the discount. Don't forget the promo code, and we will not forget about this discount. We are starting with 90K. Used 50 to buy rooms from the Timequest Lab, and the rest to decorate, build, and brand website. Cool. So we have already we can build the financial model with you for the next time, based on your project. Ken, hello. Ken is our partner from North Carolina. Our really good client, already built how many? 4 or 5 escape rooms? Really cool escape rooms. By the way, Ken is one of the guys who spend a lot of their own time into that, a lot of their love into that, and I mean, we were writing scenarios together, really cool scenarios, and Ken knows all of our electronics, so he's a professional guy in the escape rooms. And they are doing really good. Yes, I was right. John is Chris under the Lionheart account. Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. If some of you are, I see that you are asking private message about the total costs. I'm not sure if you can make a PM on YouTube, but again, you can leave us a request and we can talk about that. And even we can, if our clients, if our partners are okay with that, we will ask them previously. We can share their contacts with you and you can ask them the questions about us, about costs, about everything. Okay, so I think that's it for today. It's so I don't know, I'm so happy to see so many thank you at the end. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I really hope it was useful. I think it was useful because I see that the audience was asking the questions exactly about opening the escape rooms, and I tried to cover, you see, so many different themes, so many things to talk about, and I just cut the part of the webinar at the end because I understood that the time is too much, and I'm still talking, no more questions, so we need to finish that. Again, thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you for coming. If you are interested into buying the escape rooms from Timequest Lab, or escape room boxes, or any other products, or just you have some, I don't know, feedback or whatever you want to tell me directly, contact us. You have our email. Again, it's info at timecostlab.com. And yeah, leave a request. We will contact you and we will discuss to make best escape rooms for you and for your project. So thank you again for today's attendance, and see you in next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We will send you an email. I think at the very somewhere at the beginning of October we will make a new webinar, and we will discuss about those tables, or maybe we will talk about marketing. We will decide. We will ask you what you prefer better at first. For now, it was Petrenko Vasily from Time Cost Lab. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Bye bye.